Salams and welcome. Thank you for joining me in another episode of the Quran in English. We are busy with basics for beginners. Auzubillahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Surah 13, Surah Ar-Ra'd, Thunder. If you do marvel at their want of faith, strange is their saying, when we are actually dust, shall we indeed then be in a creation renewed? They are those who deny their Lord. They are those around whose necks will be yokes of servitude. They will be companions of the fire to dwell therein forever. Now, this was the response that many of the Quraysh pagan polytheist leaders and the followers used to say. When the Prophet Mohamed ﷺ used to tell them that there is another reality, that you will be raised to life again. And many of them would certainly mock at that idea or that concept. And let's just do some scribbling here. So, and this type of misunderstanding is also prevalent in today's time, right? It existed 1400 years ago and it's also existing today. Let's remind ourselves of the three main basic principles of faith. And the three main basic principles of faith tell us of Tawheed, Risala, and Akhirah. Right. So in addition to our five pillars, these are fundamental principles of faith. Tawheed, La ilaha illallah. There is only one God. Very important. You must have this very, very clear in your mind. One God. God does not have a mother. He does not have a son. He does not have uncles and aunts. He does not have any shareholders. He does not have any royal advisors. He's absolutely one. Very clear understanding. Very simple, very clear, mathematically accurate. Number one, that's all. Islam says Mary is not the God. Jesus is not the Son of God. Neither is Jesus God, because in some understandings they say, no, Jesus himself is God. And some other Christians, they argue that no, God the Father is separate, God the Son is separate, and so on. So there's a lot of confusion within the Christendom as well, but I don't want to go into that detail, right? But as far as Islam is concerned, there is only one God. Risala means God in His mercy has forgiven the mistake that Adam and Eve did, we as mankind did, when the devil got us out of paradise. And God in His mercy, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, said, I will send you Risala, I will send you messengers and my divine guidance in the form of scriptures. Whoever follows them, on them shall be no fear, and they will be rightly guided along the Sirat al-Mustaqim to return safely back home to paradise, right? And the other one is the absolute guarantee of the hereafter, of the life to come. This is a guarantee. And some of the polytheists would say they would take a piece of bone and they would crumble it. And they're saying that, how can you bring this to life? And the answer is that God most merciful, the creator of the heavens and the earth, He created it in the first place. He created the first time around, so obviously He can do it the second time around. Let's take a simple example. If you know how to make a cup of coffee, if you know how to make it once, surely you can make it a second time. It's simple logic. If you know how to assemble a bicycle, if you know how to make it the first time, surely you can make it the second time. So the concept of the hereafter is a guarantee, but yet there are some people who cannot wrap their head around it. They cannot really fathom how on earth are we going to be recreated again. But God, most merciful, has got this ability to do that, and that ability is beyond human understanding. It simply means that It does not matter how you are buried. You can be buried in the soil, you can be entombed in concrete and lead and all of that. You can be cremated. You can even fall down by mistake in a volcano and burnt to ashes. You can drown in the deepest part of the ocean in the Mariana Trench, 11 kilometers down deep in the ocean. Does not matter. They can freeze you in minus 270 degrees liquid nitrogen and shoot you out far beyond the Andromeda galaxy in cryopreservation. It does not matter. God, most merciful, is going to assemble you. And the human body has got more than 30 trillion biological cells. And every cell, can you imagine? Each cell, right? Every cell is more amazing, more complicated than a BMW, a Mercedes, or a Rolls-Royce factory. That's one cell. One cell. But human beings got 30 trillion cells, right? You got the mitochondria over there. The mitochondria produce our ATP molecules. That's the batteries in the body. So all of us, we've got 30 trillion batteries in the body. What makes the batteries move? It's our vitamin D. It's the sun. That's why we need sun. So we got solar panels inside us. Our skin is a solar panel. And that energy goes to the mitochondria and the food that we eat that produces the ATP. And that's our Duracell batteries. Then we got the endoplasmic reticulum, the smooth endoplasmic reticulum. We got the histosomes. We got the messenger RNA, and then we got the fabulous, we got our chromosomes, the 46 chromosomes, right? Now these chromosomes themselves, there's 46 chromosomes. 23 comes from the mother, 23 comes from the father, giving you 46 chromosomes. And we know that XX chromosomes represents a woman, a female child, and an XY represents a male baby boy, right? There's no doubt about it. This is confirmed. This is science. This is medicine. No one can deny that, right? Now, within the DNA molecule itself, our scientists, wonderful people, they've managed to break the genetic human genome. And they found that there are 3 billion, listen to this, man, sir, 3 billion base pairs that come from the mother and another 3 billion from the father. So we have 6 billion base pairs. And what are they made up of? Only 4 bases: adenine, cytosine, thymine, and guanine. These 4 base pairs are in so many, just like you'll have A, C, T, G, then A, T, C, G, just these 4 in different combinations making up 6 billion. And the length of one, now this cell is microscopic, but the length of a chromosome, the DNA coil, it's a double helix. You see, it goes in a spiral like this. It's a double helix. So one coil goes like this, and the other coil goes like this in a helical pattern, right? An amazing double helix pattern, right? And when you stretch it out, it'll be about 2 meters in length. 2 meters times 30 trillion. I mean, your DNA molecules themselves will go like about 1,000 times around the planet Earth, and that's just from one person, right? So God, most merciful, will reassemble all your trillions of cells together with, you've got 100 billion brain cells. And these brain cells are nourished with glial cells, oligodendrocytes, trillions of astrocytes, and all of that to nourish these 100 billion cells. And then we know that a cell has got a long axon. We've got various dendrites here. And then we've got a pre-synapse. And then we've got a post-synapse. We've got the action potential. And we've got the chemicals going across the synapse. And these dendrites communicate with other nerve cells, forming trillions and trillions and trillions of interconnected dendritic connections, giving us our memory stores and our neuroplasticity. That means the brain is changing day by day. The brain that you had yesterday is no longer the brain today. It is changing continuously with every new data that you have. Even if you're recalling the same thing, it's making deeper and deeper grooves along specific pathways. There's billions of pathways in the brain, making it one of the most complicated organs in the entire universe. Right? That's a typical amazing brain. In addition to that, God, most merciful, will recreate everything up to you, even up to your exact fingerprint. Your world pattern on your thumb. Your thumbprint will be produced identical. And in addition to that, every human being got a pattern on the tongue, unique to that person. It's as if it's a fingerprint on the tongue. That pattern will be the same. And every person, a retinal eye scan is different. And God, most merciful, will restore your exact retinal eye scan so that everything will be restored. Even if you died from Alzheimer's or dementia, on the day when you're resurrected, you'll get your full memory back again. 100% return. And this applies to every single human being. It does not matter if you are black or white or Russian American. It does not matter. It does not matter. Because God is one. There is only one God. Only one God. Remember, us uplift man, so don't make this mistake. A different God didn't create the Russians. A different God didn't create the Americans. A different God didn't create the South Africans. A different God didn't create the Australians, right? One God created all the various nations. One God created the black man and the white man and the brown man. A different God didn't create the Christians. A different God didn't create the Muslims. A different God didn't create the Buddhists. There is only one God. And Islam makes it very, very clear. Please have a very clear understanding. It's a very simple concept. And it's strange that people get so confused. Some people say, no, God got a mother. That is wrong. God got a son. No, that is wrong. The tree, some people worship the tree. That is wrong. Some people worship a river. That is wrong. Some people worship the moon. That is wrong. Some people worship the stars. That is wrong. Some people worship the sun. That is wrong. Some people actually make a statue. They make a statue with their hand and then they worship a statue. That is wrong. They give food to the statue. They give food. They put a whole lot of bananas and apples here. That is wrong as a belief, man. So there's only one God. He doesn't ask you to make sacrifices of fruits or virgins and all that, sacrifice on an altar. Those are man-made deviations stimulated and tempted by Satan or Shaitan or the devil or Lucifer. He hates human beings. He is extremely jealous of human beings because trillions of angels bow down to human beings. And the devil said, why didn't they bow down to me? I'm the one with knowledge. I'm made out of fire. This guy is only made out of sand and water. So his job is to make human beings very confused and to fool them with illusions and delusions. He is known as the master deceiver. He is a master at deceiving people. He is a master at propaganda. He is a master in making you confused, and people get confused about who or what God is, and then they try and make different understandings of God. These are all man-made. But God, most merciful, there is only one God, and guaranteed, guaranteed, every single human being, irrespective of race, religion, nationality, wealth, you can be the Pope or you can be a pauper. You can be a president or you can be a pharmacist. You can be a doctor or a dictator. It doesn't matter who you are. You can be a technician or you can be a tyrant. Every single human being, including the Christians, the Muslims, the Buddhists, the New Age religion people, you can be a party following a traditional religion in Africa. You can be a Scientologist. You can be a monotheist, pantheist, polytheist, agnostic, atheist. Even if you don't believe in God, you can be like Professor Charles Dawkins. Is it Charles Darwin or Professor Richard Dawkins or any other atheist? Every single human being, including the atheist, will stand in front of God. If you don't believe in God, it doesn't mean God doesn't exist. God is still there, whether you believe in Him or not. This is a guarantee. And for honorable members of parliament, as a belief means, remember God is with you there in parliament. No? So as a belief, remember if you're doing all the corruption and criminal activities, you're going to stand in front of God and you will have to answer. And then all the crimes will be revealed for all of humanity to see. And as a belief means, don't take life as a joke. No? So if you do marvel at their want of faith, at their lack of faith, strange is their saying, when we are actually dust, shall we indeed then be in a creation renewed? And the answer is yes, indeed. It is a guarantee that you will be recreated again in a new existence. But those who deny that reality, they are those who deny their Lord. They are those around whose necks will be yokes of servitude. They will be companions of the fire, to dwell therein forever. They ask you to hasten on the evil in preference to the good, yet have come to pass before them many exemplary punishments, but verily your Lord is full of forgiveness for mankind for their wrongdoing, and verily your Lord is also strict in punishment. All that is good for you come to you in great abundance, barakah, blessings, and afiyah. Alhamdulillah.